Family, I hit $10,000 per month at 19 years old, and in this video, I want to share with you the whiteboard that was in my university apartment that I looked at every single day that allowed me to get to my goals super fast. Like, literally, within 30 days of moving into my college apartment in my sophomore year, I took a gap semester, I set up this whiteboard, and within 30 days, I got my first sale for 400 bucks. 30 days after that, my first $1,500 per month retainer, and then I was on my way 3 months after that to be hitting my first $10,000 month. So this is going to be very important. If you're in university, your environment is crucial, bro. So I'm not going to tell you to put a Michael Jordan poster on your wall or, work harder poster on your wall. No, no, this is a specific whiteboard, and I'm going to tell you what I put on my whiteboard that kept me locked in and kept me in the right mental state that allowed me to align my behavior with the outcome I wanted, which was 10K per month. Okay, let's get into it. So at the top of my whiteboard, I had, again, I learned this from my cousin as well, by the way. He goes to medical school at University of Michigan now. So this is proven by, high achieving and high performing men, okay? I would put at the top of my board, attack the day, every day is a new opportunity. So some of this stuff I stole from my cousin, but it's also some of the stuff I added. All right. And then I would put my purpose, okay? Sign my second client and be an outlier male. At that time, I really was obsessed with just skill acquisition, becoming better, becoming a better man. So for you, you need to make it specific to you. At the beginning of my purpose was to sign my first client. For you, if you haven't got your first sale yet and you're embarking on this entrepreneurship journey, your purpose there should be sign my first client or get my first customer. Okay, and you should have crystal clear, clarity on what that path is. For me, I was doing Facebook ads for med spas, and I was going to do cold email where I would send a cold loom, hop on a Zoom call, and then sell to them. And again, if you want my one-on-one help on how to do that, I'm offering free coaching calls for a very limited time before this channel blows up. So click the link below before I stop doing that. All right, and then below that, after purpose, I would have my values. These were the things I wanted to live by. Okay, this is deeper than just the 10K per month goal. I'm literally telling you the way you can you know, create your identity to be aligned with the reality you want, because you have total control over your reality and how you believe in it. That is your choice. Okay, and this whiteboard allows you to literally program that in your brain every single morning. I want you to create this whiteboard, order one on Amazon, set it up how I've showed you in this video, and you're gonna just watch yourself make super fast progress and reshape your identity to be aligned with what you want. Okay, so my values were curiosity, responsibility, honesty, focus, discipline. Again, these are values specific to me. I found them through my own ways. If you want help with that, again, I'll help you with the link below. And I would literally give myself questions to literally put myself in the right state on those values. So I would say, am I bringing an energetic, curious mindset to my work, gym, and recordings? Okay. I would also, my second thing, am I taking full responsibility for my actions and my reactions? That was for my responsibility value. Am I expressing brutal honesty in all social interactions? That was for honesty. Am I prioritizing deep task over shallow task? That was my value of focus. And then discipline. Am I doing the hard work, especially when I don't feel like it? All right. So those were the questions. Oh my God. Sorry guys. I have this against my laptop, so the phone is kind of moving around. But those were 5 questions I would ask myself every single morning. How do you think I showed up on my sales calls when I was on walks, socializing with new people in college, approaching my business? I was literally creating. Most people, it boggles my mind. Most people don't have something like this. You think you just create the identity out of thin air. No, you need to write it somewhere and view it every single morning to allow yourself to change your identity, because you can change your identity. That's the beauty of this. Any reality you want, you are in total control of it. Obviously, there is a bigger power here. I'm a person of faith, but the hookum, which is a sick term for basically the path that God has for each one of us, and I don't think God is separate. I think it's this being that's in all of us, has allowed the human mind to choose what thoughts it wants to filter in and state is my identity. And if you want to become a better brother, son, I'm working on those things, but a better entrepreneur, it starts by creating a way that shows you what that vision looks like. And it starts with that purpose and those values. Okay. And then I would also add statements like, I'm going to die in this life, so there's nothing to be afraid of. We are all specks. Legit, nothing matters. Uh, I, I put here love with intention and efficiency. Or I think I meant to say work. find enjoyment daily. Again, these are just, you need to write the one specific to you. This is what just helped me be in the state of mind to, send outreach, do sales, work on my product so that it was at a point that, I was at that 10K per month mark. Okay? Because before this, I was super distracted. I was not responsible. I was not, I was a kid that was addicted to video games like Minecraft. I would go to Starbucks every single day. My mom owned an Indian clothing store, and I would buy like a venti frappuccino and down that. I had no responsibility. I was super emotional. People would make fun of me in high school and middle school for having man boobs, and I wouldn't take responsibility. I would blame it on my parents for feeding me bad food, but it was my responsibility. And it's the same thing with, your identity in entrepreneurship. If you're not happy where you're at, it's your responsibility to change that. And I told myself these things so I had control over it. Okay? I put 100% effort into my craft. I strive for perfection. I detach from imperfection. That's just a mindset you need to have if you're going to pursue business. You're going to be so, you know, imperfect in business, bro, and that's normal. You don't need to be perfect to make $10,000 per month. You just need to be enough. And I teach you how to do that in these videos. So subscribe if you want, advice from an unconventional small YouTuber. All right? Another thing I would put on my wallpaper is be timeless, not fickle. The best things are timeless, and I'm a true believer in that. Everyone trying to scare you with the new AI gold rush, and yes, AI is very powerful, but anyone trying to scare you into thinking that a new tactic or a cheat code is going to be the change in your life is BS. There are certain things that are timeless in life that if you apply to yourself and your business is how you grow. It's through real knowledge, practice, and failure that you're going to get the result you want, not the new latest hack. Okay? All that is just literally advertising and marketing to get you to buy their course or their product. It's not actually helping you deliver and create the identity change that I help you with this channel, okay? I would also put another thing, which is very important. Look for the best in yourself and your situation. Deposit the constructive things you do and take away from your situation into your mental bank account. You see, confidence and your conviction in yourself and your product is, I need you to think of it like a bank account, like a financial bank account. Like you have money you deposit, you have mental memories and thoughts. And those thoughts are either depleting, draining your confidence, or increasing it. And every second, these thoughts are impacting that balance, that confidence balance. It's your choice whether you're going to look for the best in your situation or you're going to criticize, you're going to complain, you're going to condemn others, and drain your confidence and worry and compare. All those things don't serve you, my guy. I'm guilty of them even now. We're all human. But again, a part of the human ability is to choose your state and choose the thoughts you replay. So it's your responsibility to have this on your whiteboard to remind yourself that you can look for the best in yourself and your situation no matter what. They're literally, you know, writings from uh this one, I forget his name, but this one guy in Nazi Germany. He was in a termination camp and he would literally journal and allow himself to look for the best in the situation to get through that terrible time. You understand how much of a privilege it is to build a business at 10K per month. People have gone through even worse things than that, man. Way worse things that I will never have to experience and probably you would never have to experience. I'm extremely privileged, bro. I'm very privileged, but I can still apply the things from people that were not so privileged but allowed themselves to be in a good state and a good mood to go through tough times because entrepreneurship is hard. It's not as hard as probably what, that guy had to go through, but we can apply and learn the same things through any difficult hard journey. All right? And another thing I would put is don't chase what you want, upgrade yourself until what you want chases you. This was just a reminder for me to get so good at stuff and not only just walk the walk but talk the talk so my clients, the people I wanted, the high ticket clients that I eventually sold $2,000 per month services for would come into my life because I was genuinely upgrading my skills, my abilities, and Facebook ads, outreach, consulting, lead nurturing, all the skills you need in any business model, right? Those were specific to mine, but the general idea is every business model needs some form of reaching out, getting traffic, outreach, service delivery, and then sales in the middle of that to actually get sales. Okay, and I would make sure I was improving those skills every single day on my gap. Again, if you want to know how to do that for your specific situation, book in a free call in the link below. And finally, I had be selfish with your time. Okay, if you want to be selfless, if you want to make money to provide for others, I can't say I'm fully there yet, but I have hit 10K per month with my first online business, and I did that by being selfish with my time. I had to say no to parties. I had to say no to dinners. I had to stop hanging out with certain friends that were not serving me and my goals. Again, I wish I didn't cut them out the way I did, but I was extremely selfish with my time, and you need to be the same. If you're literally creating something from new, you have to make sacrifices. If you and your spouse are about to have a baby, I know we're all in college, so we're not having babies, hopefully. But if you were in the future, you would have to, limit time somewhere else. You wouldn't be able to do the same intensity at work and in the gym and everything. Otherwise, you'd probably be a bad father, right? You need to sacrifice somewhere the same way for your business if you want it to grow and flourish into a beautiful business that's generating real income for you that also feels like play, because we're doing business so we achieve true freedom. And true freedom is not just financial freedom and being on a yacht with a bunch of, baddies and good women, I mean good money. No, it's having total control over your calendar and filling it up with what you want to do. The 4-hour work week has really good tips in it, but the true freedom is filling up your calendar with stuff you want to do, not emptying it. Or if you want it to be empty so you can fill it up, you know, with what you want to do, that's the key. All right. So I hope this was useful to you. Create your whiteboard so your environment you have in your room is set up to be conducive for the right mindset and the right behavior. Because when you do that, it makes it easy, bro. You don't need to rely on willpower. You don't need to you don't need to be worried when you enter your semester and all your friends are saying, "Let's do this, let's do that, do this business opportunity, sign up for this class." No, you have clarity on what you want. It's right there. My purpose is to get my next client, and everything else is BS. That's how you move forward in a distracted world. That's how you gain clarity and actually make focused progress. Okay? We're living in a time where people are super super distracted. With AI, they can't even do anything without the help of ChatGPT. They don't have any mental bandwidth to focus and build something great, but you're going to be different with videos like this, with a whiteboard like this, and I can't wait to see you win. Click below if you want a free coaching call. Can't wait to see you win, my guy. Peace.